families are dying. Our brothers are dying. We are losing all our people. Please, talk to the boss for us. Please, talk to the boss. Please, look, my brother. Look at them.
Ani hasa se prono la pama. But better to sack like a beer, Wamala go for me. I see blood and feuds everywhere. Your hearts are bitter and full of hatred. Go wash your hands in the river and clean the town of every feud. Cleanse your heart of all hatred. Let the drums speak, not of war, but of unity and joy. From this day forward, you shall celebrate Jawubuza. It shall be a festival of peace and cleansing. And it will serve as a reminder to all generations that will come after you that love is stronger than the sword. It must be celebrated in the first week of the 3rd month of every year.
Stunning, absolutely stunning, and I still get goosebumps just watching that. I watched it last night and watched it repeatedly even this morning. Very beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor of welcoming to the studio once again the latest queen of the town. Good morning to you, Etornam, and congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Wow. I mean, amazing. All of you did amazing, but the sound effect, everything. I mean, I won't go back into repeating all that happened last night, but I mean, when we watched your profile, you reminded us of the fact that you started school at the age of 14.
Yes, please.
And yet you've been able to come this far. Just tell us how this inspiring story of yours, first of all, pushed you into joining the Ghana's Most Beautiful competition this year.
Thank you very much. So to answer your question, first of all, let me say thank you to the Almighty God, to the people of Volta Region, to all the people that supported me, Etornam team, my manager, the incredible people that, supported me financially, especially Mr. Kobla Tanko at Tokple. From the beginning, he helped me a lot, and everyone that helped me from the beginning all the way to this, time. I'm so grateful. I don't know what to say. To answer your question, so I was born in a rural community, a place where we didn't have any social amenities, for that matter, educational infrastructure. And the first day I came to Accra, or the first time I came to Accra, I came to live with an uncle of mine. He had a provision store. So the plan was that, they took me from my grandmother to come and be in the provision store and take care of the shop. However, when people come and they want to buy things, because I was an illiterate, when they asked for probably Maggie, I'll go and pick pepper. Wow. Then they asked, because I couldn't read or understand, the writings in the shop. It was a bother to me. Apart from that, I watch TV because obviously where I was coming from, I didn't have TV or I didn't watch TV. So when I watch TV and I see the ladies broadcasting the news and reading the news, I was so intrigued by that. So I told my uncle that I love the way these ladies behave on TV. So I want to be like them. And he told me that it's not possible because I have not been to school before. And I said, okay, then why don't you just take me to school?
Wow.
And they said I was too old, you know, and I would cry and cry that I want to be like them. And they said, oh. So one day they tried, it took me to school. Yes, sorry. So
Sorry, I'm tearing.
they took me to a certain school, and when we went, the kids were so little, class 1 pupil. So sorry. They said they tested my knowledge on reading, and I couldn't read or do any calculations.
Yes.
And the madam said, no, looking at my height and everything, there's no way they can admit me among these pupils. So they rejected me, basically. And I kept pushing that, no, I want to go to school. I would cry. What I'm saying right now, literally, was more or less like a battle to me.
Yeah.
So I was brought back to the village to my grandmother because my uncle said, you've had enough of my tears. However, my grandmother said, if it is a school that I want to go to, she will make sure that I do that. She was an illiterate too, but she managed to find someone who helped me. I started reading from the house. And so when I was going, I'll ask my brother to, when I get a word, I'll ask him, what does this mean? Then he'll be teaching me. So by the time I finally got admitted in school, I was reading a little bit. Reading became my hobby everywhere, you know. So to cut the long story short, I persisted, I was determined, I was passionate, and, you know, the rest, they say, is history. Here I am today.
Aren't we grateful to our grandmothers?
Yes.
And of course to your uncle as well, who took you in, although
Yes.
he didn't see the possibility in that. But from 14, that's like a very, you were able to grasp things very
Yes.
quickly. How
Yes.
did you do that? Yes, you talked about reading, you talked about watching television, but how was that for you such that you could move yourself from where you were till now?
If I tell you it was easy, I would be lying. It wasn't easy because when I went to school, I was not admitted in class 1 because the pupils were very little. But because I, you know, got reading a little bit, the foundation, they admitted me in class 3. But even that, I was the oldest in class with one other guy. The mockery, the stigmatization, the names calling was so much on me. Sometimes when I'm walking in town, they'll be singing in class 3, mommy, class 3, mommy. And it was so discouraging. But I don't know where I got that resilience from. That's, no, I have to be on TV. Oh, that was my only goal. And I've had that dream till now. It hasn't changed, that I wanted to be an actress and a journalist. So that was at the back of my mind. People were, you know, discouraging me, looking down on me, and all of that. But I didn't give up because I had a vision. And I know that if I push, since they said it's a school that would take me there, I had to. So it was not easy, but I can say that it's been worth it. It was worth it, and it's been worth it.
Dreams
Yes.
do come true,
Absolutely.
right? They say. And let me just ask you, really, what this means to you personally, because then you've told a story from where you were till now. What this means to you personally before we even talk about the young girls who may be inspired by your story.
It means a whole lot to me, you know. I can't even begin to talk about it because sometimes when I'm telling the story, I leave out certain details because it breaks me too. And looking at the fact that that little village girl who came to the city for the first time, watched TV for the first time, watched newscasters for the first time, and had that dream that she wants to be like that, I cannot begin to think about it. So it's so fulfilling. Sometimes when I think about it, I cry because I'm like, hey, if I knew God would bring me this far, I wouldn't have doubted him.
Yeah.
And being on the biggest beauty pageant show in Ghana, you know, it's humbling It's fulfilling, it's humbling, and it's unreal to me. Yes.
I have to continue this interview, but there are a lot of young girls who go through some of these things. And I mean, for you to be able to sail through all of that and to get to where you are. But you did not just come telling the story of education. You also told the story of peace. And I heard you mention Inkonya Alavanyo.
Yes.
I've been to Inkonya Alavanyo before. Many years ago when I was doing a documentary about the conflict that had, gone on for some time. Why did you think that it was important for you to come in with that message? Normally you get to hear a lot of peace messages before elections because of the deaths related to it. But for you, what informed the choice of the theme you chose, even entering into the competition?
Okay, so thank you. The performance was to be about something unique from your region, something that people do not know about. I doubt that anyone has actually done the festival I did. But we also focused on peace because Volta Region to me, is lacking a lot of developments because of chieftaincy disputes, land disputes, and all of this. Sometimes people will come to invest in the town, and then this person will say, oh, I'm the chief. The other will also say, so there's that division and quarrel. And as someone who is representing Volta Region and the fact that it's a grand finale, I wanted them to know that if we want to really progress, not just, as a region but as a country, we needed to come together because it is in unity that there is strength. Yes, when we are divided, we'll always fall. Wars, people have fought the wars for these same reasons, but it died and left them all because they are earthly things. Obviously, we also die and leave these things behind. But if we build a stronger foundation for our generations that will come after us, they will enjoy. So I didn't want to just talk about culture, but I wanted to make an impact talking about it in that aspect because unity is really important.
Unity is important, and just tied to that is also the story you told about women empowerment because you were asked to give like 4 projects or 4 thematic areas in terms of women empowerment that you would concentrate on. And I picked 2 things from what you said. Entrepreneurship, which seemed to give me the idea that you're looking at an overall empowerment of women, some sort of independence. And then you also went to talk about education as well and mentorship. Aside from your own story, is there another story that perhaps informed the kind of answers you gave that was quite relatable, even from what the judges said?
Yes, absolutely. The entrepreneurship is also personal because, my grandmother took care of a lot of her grandchildren, including me. I lost my mom when I was a baby, and my dad had been an absent father. So my grandmother basically raised me, and she raised me single-handedly, all of us. She did that combined with farming and trading. So she didn't wait to play pity party, begging people for money. She did entrepreneurship, doing her own business, farming on the side, and anything that she could lay her hand on to feed us. So I believe that when women, venture into entrepreneurship, however small it is, it will make them financially independent and reputable because when you are begging people for money all the time, they don't respect you. But when people know that you have control over your affairs and you can make your own decisions and all of that, they respect you. So entrepreneurship is also very dear to me. Like I said, sometimes when I say the stories about me, I leave out certain details because it's a lot. Everyone has a story and everyone's story is unique.
Yeah,
yes.
Indeed. And the warm-up question was why you wanted to be a queen and win this competition. And you did answer that question. Now you have what you asked for.
Yes.
What project should we start seeing you embarking on within that larger picture of the dream you have?
So, do you know something? On Saturday when we were having our final rehearsals with my team, I was talking to my manager and he was like, he cannot wait for Sunday to be over, then he will rest. And I told him, does he know that if we win, the bigger job is ahead of us?
That's true.
Yes, so For me, even yesterday, this morning rather, when we came home, I was telling my chaperone that, Queen, I'm thinking about how I'll plan this project because I don't want people to think that I'm just talking for talking's sake. I want to really make an impact with my early child project. And I'm going to do whatever it takes with the help of God, well-wishers, supporters, to make sure that I don't just sleep or wear the crown, but I'll do the work.
And if you can be specific with the early child projects you talk about, what
Yes.
specifically about children?
So any child that isn't in school or it doesn't have the finances, the education is free, of course, but certain things that come with it need, money, resources, support, and all of that. And there are also children who are old, like myself, who didn't start early, but still think or believe that if given the opportunity, they can start. Those are the, children I'm focusing on. If you're not in school, you can go to school because there is a lot to achieve when you go to school. Like me, if it wasn't for school, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So those are the areas I'm focusing on. And I want to also go to those rural communities. My focus is there because that is my story. I want them to see me and see themselves in me. Not just, when people see a reflection of them and you are impacting them or telling them something, they won't think that you are just talking. They will feel that you are in their shoes. Yes, so that is what we will do. Go to them, speak to them, if it is visuals, so that these things will inspire them and elevate their confidence.
And the beautiful thing is that you've been there, so it feels differently.
Yes.
How you act and
Yes.
you think of impact is also very different.
Yes.
If you can give us your final word, Etornam.
Once again, I want to say thank you to the people of Volta Region. When I go home yesterday and I saw my votes, I was like, wow. Because we didn't have access to our phones to be checking our votes. I didn't know I could get that much votes, I'm like, who am I? I just had a dream. And people along the line just joined, believed in my dream, believed in me. They saw that I was performing well and decided to vote for me. I'm overwhelmed. And so once again, I'm saying thank you to everybody who voted for me, the people whose name I couldn't mention. Please forgive me. It was not intentional. You are a lot. I just want all of you to know that I appreciate you. Dogwil Mamao, Ebadukopete, Akpenemila Dogan Yemi Wonu. Your Etornam, maybe you come la jole jiolo. Akpenemi team Etornam. Nye pelenti topete, nye pomoto, nye solimoto. God bless you all so much. I'm eternally grateful.
Thank you so much, Etornam,
Thank
and
you.
congratulations again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Sure.